up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the DC Universe animated movie Batman Gotham by Gaslight. And as you can see, this is the version I have, which has like the Blu-ray, DVD, and the digital version. I was thinking about getting the 4K version too, but I just decided to get this version. Now this particular version I have of it, I got it at Best Buy. And normally these come with like the figures, but this time it only came with this graphic novel, and of course this is based on a graphic novel of the same name, which I have read and reviewed, because I remember I didn't really like the graphic novel that much. I think I gave it a C, if I'm not mistaken. But this particular movie right here, this turned out to be very entertaining. I really did enjoy this a lot. I actually thought it was better than the graphic novel, but now I'm thinking about going back and actually reading the graphic novel again, and checking it out, But like I just mentioned, this particular movie right here, Batman Gotham by Gaslight, is actually based on this graphic novel right here. And as you can see, like the actual movie came with this book too, as well as a graphic novel, which is exactly like this one too as well. You can see it has the same like cover. It's like a miniature version of the actual graphic novel, Like I told you, I did read this, like a while ago, and I thought it was just okay, But the movie itself, I thought this was very entertaining. I liked it a lot, And of course, this is dealing with like Batman being like in Gotham City, Victoria area of Gotham City. And there's like a killer on the loose known as Jack the Ripper, So that's kind of interesting, they're bringing like Jack the Ripper into the world of Batman, But another thing that was cool about this is actually the first Elseworld story that was ever written, And then, it was like, I guess you could say, like, which features like alternate universes, being that we have like Jack the Ripper in Gotham City, and so on, versus him being in London, So this was the actual first Elseworld story that was ever written, I think in comics. And I'm not sure if it was just for DC or like comics in general, but I know it's the first Elseworld story, and it was based on like Batman, bringing Jack the Ripper into the world of Batman himself, Now this film was directed by Sam Liu, and it kind of sticks close to like the plot of the actual graphic novel itself too as well. But there were a lot of things in it that I thought was like different. They kind of changed. Like you don't get to see like it's like Bruce's parents being killed like you did like in the graphic novel. Kind of they always show that, but in the graphic novel they showed it again, but from like a Victorian area like viewpoint, like it's like way in the past, You don't get to see that in this movie, not to spoil it, Plus, they don't have like the opening like London scene where like I think like Batman is actually in I think London or something like that. But then he has to come back to Gotham City, and somehow Jack the Ripper ends up in Gotham City, But this is an S-World story, So it's set like in an alternate universe, But in this particular story, it doesn't feature like any open like London sequence. It doesn't have that, Plus, the ending of it, not to spoil, is kind of different, and it's a surprise who the actual Jack the Ripper killer turns out to be. I was surprised, when I saw like in the actual like in this actual like animated movie to itself. I was surprised who turns out to be Jack the Ripper, But overall, this is very entertaining, Like I said, it opens with like you get to see like Poison Ivy or Pamela Ice, she's like dancing on stage, and she goes out, not to spoil, she ends up being murdered by Jack the Ripper. So like, whoa, that's like a major Batman character that has been murdered. But again, this is an Elseworld story, and it's set like an alternate universe, So that's why you can kind of accept that happens, And more and more victims begin to pile up, from this Jack the Ripper killer. Then at the same time, you have this massive vigilante going around Gotham City, who is called Batman. So most people are thinking that both of these are the same person. That they be that Batman is Jack the Ripper or Jack the Ripper is Batman, So while all this is going on, you have like Bruce Wayne developing like a relationship with Selina Kyle. And Selina herself, she actually has like a couple of like moments where she has to face Jack the Ripper herself, And those moments are kind of awesome, like in the movie itself, she actually pulls out her whip and actually has like fights with Jack the Ripper. So I thought that was cool, Now another thing too, you get to see like the three Robins. You have like Dickie, which is Dick Grayson, You have Tim, and you have Jason. Yeah, you have Jason, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Jason Todd. Now they're kind of like bad kids in this story too, as well. But at one point they do kind of help Batman and so on, So you could tell that they actually were like kind of just like kind of how they were like in the comics where Jason, Jason was kind of like that, kind of he was caught stealing Batman's tires off his Batmobile, So it's, it's kind of the same way. Now another thing too, you have like the various like Batman characters like Harvey Dent makes an appearance, like Hugo Strange, you know, they make appearances like Alfred, like Commissioner Gordon, all of them make appearances in the story, you know. Now overall, like I say, like the look of the film as usual, like the animation in this film is just superb. Like the look of like Victorian era Gotham, I like how it's like creepy and like eerie, especially when like the victims, like the women, are out on the streets at night, you know, and they're like roaming around and Jack the Ripper is stalking them, or when Batman's trying to save them. Like the look of it is just like so cool, and like an atmosphere is awesome. Like the animation is just great, you know, as usual with like these DC Universe films, you know. Plus, like the action scenes, like whenever they're like fight sequences, like fist fights and stuff like that, they're just awesome. Like there's like a bunch of like fights with like Batman and Jack the Ripper would actually have like fist fights, you know, and they're like awesome. Like the action scenes are just like cool, you know, like the way they choreograph like the fight scenes, just like in the other films, you know, they're just like excellent, you know, the way they do those, you know. But yeah, like I said, in the end, I really did enjoy this a lot, you know. It was much better than the actual like graphic novel. This is my version I have up, but like I said, this particular movie actually came with this book too as well, like a miniature version of the graphic novel. But this was really done very well. You know, I liked it a lot. You know, another thing too about this movie, it is rated R and it is very violent, like extreme. You know, like lots of blood and stuff. You know, like killings and like stabs and stuff like that. You know, even when they're just fighting. You know, bloody noses and everything. It's very violent, you know. It's definitely not for like kids, you know. So yes, it is rated R too as well, you know. So this is a very violent film, you know. So in the end, Batman Gotham by Gaslight, I'm aiming at giving this a solid B, and I would definitely recommend it for like fans of like, you know, I ain't gonna really say the graphic novel because I really didn't enjoy the actual graphic novel that much, and I'm planning on reading it again now because I know a lot of those kind of like the graphic novels, even like movies, you know, they kind of grow on you. If you keep reading them or watching them, you know, they'll get actually better, you get like a better understanding of it. So I'm actually thinking about actually reading the graphic novel again, you know, plus that it came with like a miniature version of it, you know. So I'm actually thinking about giving that a try. But the actual movie itself, I'm giving this a solid B. I really did enjoy it. The animation, like the action scenes on it, the look of it, everything was like superb, you know. And I actually kind of believe, to be honest, this is one of the best DC Universe animated movies I have ever seen, to be honest, you know. So I'm giving this a solid B, and that's my review for Batman Gotham by Gaslight. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.